Good evening, everyone. Hey, welcome into another the Confident Autistic Livestream. Yes, here I come. I'm coming on camera now. Ooh, this looks great. How's everyone doing this evening? The end of February. We're almost out of that yucky winter stuff. Yeah, I can't wait until winter's over. It is it is really a very difficult time of the year for me. It's kind of gloomy and you're caught up inside all the time. You can't get out. But we've had nice weather the last week or so, and in the 70s a couple of times. I think Monday and Tuesday we did. In fact, Monday I think got to 75, and it was amazing. It was. And now I got spring fever. I don't know about you, but I got spring fever. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Confident Autistic. I am an autistic adult, late diagnosed, and I'm on a mission to help you embrace autism confidently. And there's a big announcement coming about my mission tonight, as well as I will be telling you next month's theme. And we're going to have open Q&A tonight. Now, I plan to talk about relationships, social media, and we could touch on those things as well. But I like to keep things real. I want to be honest with you. I want to share with you, be transparent of what's going on in my life behind the scenes that you cannot always see. So if you're checking in from somewhere, tell us where you are from. I forgot to mention that. I know I'm jumping around on topics. I have a lot of energy tonight. Anyway, so if you as you tune in, I lost my train of thought. Let's just do it this way. I want to be honest and transparent with you. I want to be more prepared for tonight than I am, but I'm not. Here at my house, a lot of things been going on. Hopefully, your house is not as hectic as mine. But my house, my wife and I share a house with my 86-year-old mom. 86 is wonderful. It's a long lifetime. But she's had a fall or two recently, and her mobility has declined, unfortunately. So last few days, instead of preparing for tonight like I wanted to, I I've been taking care of her. My wife and I together have been taking care of her. We're getting things set up in her room where it's safer for her, and that includes putting in some safety bars into her shower for her, and we're taking care of bringing her stuff since she can't walk that much. She uses a walker now, and she struggles with that. She's a horrible fear of falling, and today I spent a couple of hours putting together, well, it came assembled, but setting it up. The Amazon device. I got one right in front of me, so I don't want to say her name. And teaching my mom how to use that, so when she needs help, she can call out for help, and it will get my attention and my wife's attention wherever we are in the house. So I'm not as prepared as I like to be tonight, but we'll make it through this tonight because I have the confidence that we can do that tonight. And looks like M. Vance is here. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. And joining me in my office tonight, let me do this. It's my cat. My cat is here with us tonight. And he is in the window. So if you hear a little bit of congestion, my cat has allergies. He is fine. That looks a little bit bright. Let me fix this. That looks better. Oh yeah, it looks better. Anyway, so he's in the room with us. He's off camera here, and we have a little cat bed in the window, so he's over here. So he might pop up and get on camera. He's not done that in a long time. One of the last times he did that, I was on a Zoom call. It was a virtual Toastmaster meeting, and he decided to walk in front of the camera and moon everyone. So let's really hope he doesn't do that tonight, okay? So, how's everyone's week been? Is everyone getting the taxes done? We got ours done. We got our refund. The state first, and federal came in Monday, which came in 21 days after we did the filing, so not too bad. So I know there's a lot of concern about um, all the people who've been told you're no longer working here in the federal government, and that's a totally different story to get into. We don't get into politics here, but I know that can maybe make some of us antsy about our tax refunds and returns of forgetting them, but like I was. But I did get mine in 3 weeks, but then I filed on February 3rd. So it was not too bad of a turnaround for me. The other thing I want to show you today, I'm going to try standing up here. No, I can just lean back. Let me move the mic a little. I'm not wearing my normal polo shirt tonight that says DFYS on it. I'm wearing one of my autism shirts. And it says what autism's upside down. And it reads underneath here, seeing the world differently. And this is probably my first autism pride, I call it autism pride shirt that I ever got. And I love it. I wear it wherever I go. I have no problem letting the world know that I'm on this spectrum. Let me get comfortable here. So I look a little bit different tonight. It's fine. It's cool. We have the lights off in here. It's just you, me, and everybody else in the chat room all hanging out together tonight. So that's what's going on here. So, what's going on in your world? Go ahead and share that in the chat. Have you been checking out the videos? Now, normally I post a video on Monday and Thursday at least. And I wanted to do one today, but like I said, I got involved in setting up an Amazon device for my mom. So I didn't get one done in time today. But I'll have one up tomorrow, I promise. And now the announcement I want to make while we're waiting for anyone who has any questions to come in, because we're into the Q&A right now. And that is, we're changing the tagline here. I mean, if you looked on my social medias, my website, and all, you've seen the new one. We changing from embrace autism confidently, which is really cool. But there were some concerns I had about it being very similar to a counseling service in Canada that has a similar name, and I just wanted to avoid, lawyers, because those can get very expensive. So we're now going with confidently autistic, which kind of rolls off the tongue. Kind of hard to form a sentence with it, but that's what we're going with now. Confidently autistic. So that's our new phrase. You're going to see it really roll out in March, but it's on the banner on the top of my YouTube channel, on my LinkedIn, on my Facebook, on my website, on my Patreon, and starting next week, it will be in the header of our newsletter. So hopefully you've subscribed to that. Now, speaking of subscribing to that, there's a real good reason you should subscribe. One, you don't want to miss anything that goes on during the week. I know you're busy, so I kind of recap it all in our newsletter. But the other thing is, in the newsletter, and only in the newsletter, each Tuesday I send out a newsletter, and it has a confidence building tip, especially written and created for those of us on the spectrum. The only way you can get that is via my newsletter. And to get that newsletter, you want to go to theconfidentautistic.com/free, FREE. And when you subscribe to this newsletter, you're going to get a gift. And right now, even though it's going to have name change, it's going to be the same material, okay? Embracing Autism Confidently. It's a 27-page PDF with reflection questions to help you understand autism and start building your confident life as an autistic adult, or becoming confidently autistic. So that is a gift I give to you. Just point your browsers to theconfidentautistic.com/free. I'm going to get that ready and put that into the chat here for anyone who wants to click onto it. And then we're going to talk a little bit about social media here and what's going on and some other things. But if you have any questions, go ahead and put them into the chat. And that link to that free resource is also in the video description, where you get that PDF, and then you get joined to my newsletter. And I send a newsletter out generally every Tuesday, one on Thursday to remind you about the live event, and once a month, the first Monday of the month, or around there, to tell you what the theme of the month is. And I'm going to tell you what that is tonight, but in a little bit. But it's been a fun month. February had been a really great month. We really focused on romance and relationships for those of us on the spectrum this month. And I put up a really great blog post about not how to get a relationship or how to fall in love or anything like that, but tips to keep your relationship strong as you maneuver through life, because challenges will come up in your life. I can guarantee that, okay? I'm going through one right now. And there's transitions. Oh man, I hate transitions. I do. I truly hate transitions. They are this one of my veins in life. I just can't deal with them. It's difficult. So anyway, what I want to say about this is this. We had a great month on that, but it's going to be time for a new theme for March. And the theme for March, I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I will in a little bit, so you guys stay tuned. I would like, well, it would be, it's going to help lead into the month of April, which is Autism Acceptance Month. So the theme that we're going to have in March will help us transition easily into the month of April, Autism Acceptance Month. That's all I'm going to say right now. Now, coming up next week, a couple of things. March is going to be coming in. It's coming in Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. We already got baseball games going. I'm a big baseball fan. My wife and I like baseball. I'm originally from St. Louis. I've been a Cardinal fan all my life. They're not going to do all that great this year. They've even said we're in a youth movement. It's rebuilding. So, I'm not holding a lot of hope out for the Cardinals this year. I'll still check out. I'll try to check out some games, and I'll explain what that means in a moment. Also, I kind of like the Royals because they're blue. My color, in case you haven't noticed. And let's see. And they have some great announcers. Rex Hudler. I really like Rex. He's fun to listen to and watch. There was I love this story. I'm going to share it. When several years ago, he's doing a game for the Royals, and they had the Missouri Lottery into the broadcast booth for half an inning to kind of promote the Missouri Lottery. They were one of the sponsors of the game, and it was supposed to be one inning, but the inning was going kind of slow, and they kind of ran out of things to talk about and all. So the Missouri Lottery person asked Rex on the air. Now you got to remember, Rex has ADHD, okay? And they asked him, "Do you play the lottery, Rex?" Now you don't want to ask somebody ADHD or maybe even autism a question because we'll be blunt about it. I know I'm blunt. I know I'm also on ADHD, diagnosed for ADHD. So I'm probably AUDHD. So he said to her, "Look, I got one kid in college. I got another kid going into college. I don't have money to waste on your lottery." And to this day, every day I hear the Missouri Lottery, I think of those words from Rex because really, I don't have money to waste on the lottery either. I might as well just open up the window and throw some money out to anybody walking by my house. Now, don't start stalking my house, okay? 'Cause I'm not going to actually do that. But that always sticks in my mind. So I like watching the Royals games. They have a good chance this year. If memory serves me correctly, they went to postseason. Now, my wife is a Los Angeles Angels fan, and they did a little bit better last year than the year before. And some of the experts, or so-called experts, are predicting this season to be even a little bit better for them. They probably won't be in playoffs, but they say they improve. So we'll wait and see. So we get to watch the Angels games. But I also am very interested in following the Rangers because, with the exception of St. Louis, and I love when I lived in Northern California, if I could relocate, because where I live right now is a small town and I don't like it. I need public transportation. I don't drive. I would love to live in the Dallas Metroplex. So I'm becoming a Rangers fan, checking out the games. And I hope to get to watch those. I'm in Missouri, okay? And we're going to get to tonight's a big announcement here in a moment, what the theme is. But I'm in Missouri, but my internet provider has an IP address for me in Oklahoma. So I really should be blacked out of Cardinal games and Royals games, which is what I should be blacked out for. Okay? And I don't get those games because we have Dish, and Dish does not have the regional sports stations like other service providers do. But because it thinks I'm in Oklahoma, it also wants to black me out of the Rangers games and the Astro games. So I will try to figure out a solution to get the games that I want, at least the Rangers games, and all, and maybe even the Cardinal games. But I'm not sure if I want to pay $20 a month to watch the Cardinals not go to postseason this year. but I'm excited about baseball. I love baseball. I'm itch. I got spring fever. Does anyone else have spring fever? Okay. I, the 70s we had, it's beautiful. I want to go out and barbecue. I mean, the 70s are nice, but the wind's a little bit high, and I really don't want to catch my clothing on fire or the patio on fire if I can even get the fire started. So, but I'm itching to barbecue. I want to barbecue. Because that's last week, Monday, I think it was Monday. My wife and I said, you know what? Let's DoorDash. DoorDash is a good company. Okay. They are. I don't get paid for saying that, but they are. I'm not an affiliate of them, but they are a wonderful company. And we decided to order KFC. And we put in what we wanted in there, and it was like $40. I like drumsticks. I only like drumsticks. Okay. So we had to put in drumsticks, like, I don't know, three, four drumsticks for me. Okay. And it turns out they're $5 a drumstick when you do it through DoorDash from KFC. At least here it is. And I realized, you know what? For $5.88, I can order a package of drumsticks from my supermarket, my grocery store, Walmart, and cook all of them for 88 cents more. I can have 12. So I decided not to do the KFC. And I got those, and they're in the freezer. I'm ready to barbecue. I cannot wait for the warm weather to come. So if you are getting into spring fever, let me know. And what's your favorite part of the chicken to have? I like drumsticks. Do you like thighs? Do you like breasts? Do you like chicken? Now chicken nuggets scare me. Okay, too. I don't know where they come from. The chicken. I don't think I want to know. But yeah, spring fever is coming. Now let's talk a little bit about social media because I did say I would talk about that tonight. And here's what we're going to say about social media here. And if you have any questions about social media or anything autism related or confidence related for people on the spectrum, put them in the chat. I'll get to them. I'll keep an eye out for anything that comes in over there. But as I was saying a moment ago, and we are going to get to social media. Well, let's start with the social media part first. I've had an epiphany, and if you know me at all, and you've heard me talk on as a guest on podcast, on this channel, wherever, you know I do not like social media. I don't like it. And that's not uncommon for those of us on the spectrum. And there can be varying reasons. Maybe all that scrolling is too much sensory or stimuli. Could be that. It could be the social cues that we do not get and not really being able to interact well with people on social media. I get that too. And I have those two problems as well. But what gets to me personally on social media, and I'd love to know if social media bothers you, what about social media bothers you? Why is it challenging? And what do you like about it too? Let's not all be negative. There are some good things about social media. It's a great way for people on the spectrum to connect with others and to feel less isolated. And that's a great thing. But one thing that bothers me, and I found out this is not uncommon for those of us in the spectrum, is that the hatred I see on there and the contradiction that people will have. They contradict themselves on social media. But what really gets to me is people tearing each other down. Whether it's in social media, on the news, in real life, doesn't matter. I cannot handle people tearing each other down. And that really gets to me. And over the weekend, I was on social media. I was on Facebook, and there's a page that I'm following. And I don't think I'm going to say the name of the page because I don't want to. I don't want to do that. That's not what I'm about. But somebody from the organization that runs the page posted something on the page that was not in alignment with what what that page is about. And they did the big thing. They said we took down the post and all, and it was not a pretty scene. But it turned out that the post was related to being, in my opinion, discriminatory towards people in the LGBTQIA plus community. And that bothers me because I think everyone should be treated fairly and equally. I don't think we should be doing that. I think we often use labels to try to make ourselves be bigger than other people. and this can cause pain and hurt people. So I basically decided I've had enough. I've had enough. So as of Sunday night, maybe it was Monday, but as of Sunday night, I left Facebook. I left social media, and I am going through what I call social media detox, and I'm keeping a journal of this, of what I'm going through and my feelings about it, and all. And I'm putting together a 30-day, from my own experience and research I'm doing, a 30-day social media detox program that I will have available for you guys later this year. So the reason I bring this up is Lent is coming up this coming Wednesday. Well, I also brought it up to talk about social media, but Lent is coming up this Wednesday. And if you're looking for something to give up for Lent, consider social media. Consider it. I mean, it can be a little bit of a challenge, but if that's something that you believe in and part of your faith to give up something for the season that we'll be entering in for many of us who are Christians, social media could be the thing to give up. And I'm giving it up. I started on Monday, which was before Lent, and I plan to not to return. Now, let me explain what I mean by I gave up social media and what I will and will not be doing. I am not going on Facebook to scroll, to read, to interact. I use a service called Buffer to post to my Facebook page, both my personal and my professional page, my business page, updates about videos I posted, that type of stuff, as well as to post on LinkedIn. I will also be on Facebook in a private group that I'm a part of, that I use to communicate with friends and family around the country about things that are going on in my personal life that I can't talk about here, but that's okay. So I'll be doing that, but I'm not going to be going on there and spending time. Now, it's been 3 days, and I actually feel less stress by not having social media in my life. It's a great thing. So I'm going to check the chat here because I saw something come in. So give me 1 second here. And then we'll talk a little bit more about social media. I'm lost watching sports. It seems to be a big social event. When I watch sports, I tend to redesign the game. Well, that's an interesting thing to do. Redesigning the game. Maybe come up with your own version of the game. Maybe you'll catch on. Who knows? Yeah. Now, the only sport I like watching is baseball, and a lot of the changes in baseball, I'm not I'm not really happy about. I don't like the speed up rule. I don't mind the larger bases, a few inches bigger for safety. I don't mind that. I hate they want to speed up the game, but yet we want to have instant replay where it can take 2 to 3 minutes for the review umpire to make a decision. You want to speed up the game? Get rid of the instant replay. Okay, I just don't care for that. And I don't care for. I mean, these guys get way overpaid to play a child's game. But that's my own pet peeve. But yeah, I don't care for hockey because of the fact that there's fighting in the game. I'm not a fighter. I don't see any point in it. There's a fight or whatever. You get a 2 minute penalty, 5 minute penalty. You want to put an end to fighting? If somebody gets a fight, you're out the rest of this game and suspended the game. That will knock down the fights. We do not need the fights in hockey. No, we don't need that. Basketball just moves too fast for me. I never got into basketball. And hockey, well, I talked about hockey. Football is a little bit violent for me. So I don't get into football. I'm not a violent person. So, but that's just me. If you are into sports, what sports do you like? And what ones don't you like and why? You can share them in the comments here. I see another comments came in, so I'm going to go check that. And we'll be right back with you guys. So don't go anywhere. Let's see. Social media and other social things have been difficult for me to navigate. I suppose that I'm not sure how to interact in an acceptable manner. Okay, now I love that you shared that. Okay, and I get where you're coming from. You're not sure how you to interact in an acceptable manner. And when we say that, I know what we're meaning. At least I know what I mean when I say that. And I wonder if you mean the same thing. That we're not sure how to interact because we're neurodiverse and how to interact appropriately by neurotypical standards. And this is where we have a problem with our world, or the world we all live in, because it's more designed for neurotypical people than for neurodiverse individuals. So I get that. I get we don't know how to interact, and I don't think, and this is an I'm not putting you down. Okay, I'm not calling you out. This is just something I see and I struggle with myself. We're blaming ourselves for it, and it's not necessarily totally on us. The other side of the coin, that you want to look at it this way, the neurotypical people don't know how to communicate with us. And that's one thing that I know many in our community, many advocates are doing in the community to try to change that and make that better through calling April Autism Acceptance Month instead of Awareness Month. Because we're getting people to be aware of autism. Now we got to get the world to accept it and understand who we are and that we do communicate differently. And so it's not all on you, okay? It's also on the other party. The two groups, the neurotypicals and the neurodiverse, have not figured out a common ground to communicate on. And that's something that takes time to do, and take some biases being changed in our society, etc. But I don't want you to blame yourself completely, because you don't feel that you can interact and appropriately interact in society. Because I really believe part of it is society is not really that friendly for those of us on the spectrum. So, you know, remember, it's a two-way street. And the reason I bring this up is when we start blaming ourselves for everything. Now, I'm a big believer we should take responsibility for when we make mistakes. But when we start blaming ourselves, that this is all my fault, I don't know how to interact appropriately, or whatever it is, right? That's a negative attitude, and that will damage your self-confidence. So, yeah, part of it could be on you. Let's be honest, okay? I don't like blaming other people, but part of it is because the neurotypical world is not fully embracing autism. We're still learning how to communicate with one another as we're learning more about autism, and the world's learning more about autism. And we're trying to get rid of some of those stereotypes and misconceptions of autism, and more of us being vocal and visual and visible. That's the word I'm looking for. Visible in our society. Like me going out in public wearing my autism shirt, my blue headphones everywhere, taking my needle ball. I'm just out there and I'm proud about being autistic, and taking off our mask and all. And this is going to make some changes. But I know I kind of like we beating a dead horse into the ground here, but basically don't blame yourself completely. It's not all on you. It's a two-way street that a problem with communication and interaction goes. It takes some time for people to understand you and for you to understand people. And no matter how hard you try, you're not going to connect with every single person out there. And I've been out in public. It's too peoply out there. I don't need to connect with everybody out there. There's some people I never want to talk to in my life. I don't want to. It's just, I wish them the best in life, but I just like, I don't think we're going to hang out and become best buds, you know? So I'm going to go back to the chat here and see what else just came in, and we'll go from there. Let's see. I'm probably overthinking everything while processing more information than most people. That is very possible and very common. I spend, I think I did it in a video this week, or it's one that's coming out later. But uh, I spend an when I thought about it, I spent an unacceptable amount of time, or surprising amount of time, I should say, processing when things are going on in my life. I know it takes me longer to process. I've been having trouble sleeping for several months, but there's been a lot of things going on in my life, a lot of transitions starting or coming up. And I've been processing, what do those mean? How am I going to handle them? And I take a lot longer to process. And on a good day, I probably spend 10 to 20% of my day processing. It could be anything, okay? And on some of my more challenging days, I've spent 50, 60, 70, 80% of my day or more processing what's going on around me, processing my emotions, my feelings, my thoughts. So yes, and I do think at times as I reflect upon it, I think back or over time, I will reflect and say, I probably do overthink things at times. So I can relate to that. It's not, I don't think it's uncommon. I mean, I know for me, finding out that some of my traits in autism that I go through is not uncommon, makes me feel a little bit more comfortable that I'm not an alien from another planet, that what I'm experiencing, other people are experiencing. So I want you to know that you're not alone in what you experience. We may feel that way at times, that we're the only person experiencing what we're doing and experiencing the spectrum the way that we are. And yes, everyone does experience autism differently, but it is there are some similarities and overlap, and you're not the only one. And it's important to know that. It's important to share these things so people know they're not they're not alone. We all need sometimes we need to be brave and be the first person to say, I do this thing. And then, oh yeah, I do too. And that can open the conversation and make you and others feel that you're not alone. You're not the only one in the spectrum that does this thing or experience life this way or has this kind of reaction to things, uh, you know, or take things literally. I take things literally all the time, and all, and my wife knows about this, and we're learning how to communicate and be more direct in what we say, and all. And she's actually starting to see how I see things. And she will stop herself and say, no, no, I mean this, because she knows I could take it another way. So let me go back to the chat and see what else just came in. I was actually very athletic and participated in several sports when I was younger. I never thought about contact sports in a violent manner. Okay, well, that's great. I was not coordinated, okay? I was not. And one of the research I did for an upcoming video I'm doing, uh, having motor skill coordination issues is not overly uncommon for those of us on the spectrum. And that includes poor handwriting. I had horrible handwriting as a kid. Now, my dad had really good handwriting. I mean, it was this most people would envy his handwriting. Okay, mine was horrible, and I got yelled out. Trying hard enough, and all. But the research I done is that is not an uncommon trait for those of us in the spectrum. Some of us will have really poor handwriting and poor coordination. My biggest fear in my life. I can't walk a balance beam to save my life. Even when I was little, I can't do that. I've never been able to do that. And my biggest fear is to get pulled over by the police and have to walk a straight line to prove that I'm sober. But that fear is really decreased for two reasons. One, I don't drink. Two, I don't drive. So the odds are pretty slim I'm going to have to walk that straight line. And three, now I'm even more scared because I don't walk without mobility equipment. So those were my fears and all. But yeah, I am not coordinated. So I'm glad that you play sports. I played some sports when I was a kid. I play soccer here in the United States, what we call soccer. I know in other parts of the world it is known as football, but it's what we call soccer here in the United States. My team had a perfect record, 0-12. Okay. Yeah, it was embarrassing. It was not good. I was not a great soccer player. My brother was pretty good, but I wasn't. I played soccer because my younger brother could do it, and I want to do that too. I tried. I failed at it, okay, but I did try. And I did play um, backyard baseball, I call it. It wasn't always in the backyard. And that's why I stalled because, like, that's not accurate. Sometimes it was in a neighbor's side yard. But the neighborhood kids, I guess you can call it neighborhood baseball. Well, a bunch of us got together and we played baseball and all. And none of us were really that great because, as far as broken windows go, out of probably about 5, 10 years of us playing baseball a lot, we did not break a single window. So the only window that got broken during my childhood, sports related, was a neighbor's basement window. When my brother kicked a soccer ball and it went through the basement window, broke the window. But that was the only one. And he was not playing soccer, he was just kicking the ball around in somebody's yard. But yeah, I did play sports. I like baseball. That's my favorite. Football. Uh, I maybe part of it was I don't like physical contact that much, unless if it's on my terms. And I just didn't really get into football. Where I lived, grew up, St. Louis has never been a big town that's been a big basketball base. We've had a couple of teams. They didn't stay around long because they never really got a fan base built up. And hockey requires, well, in St. Louis, you watch the Blues, it's ice, hockey and ice, NHL type hockey. It requires skating. I can skate if I get to hold on to the wall. And obviously, before I lost the ability to walk, but when I was younger, I had to hold on to the skating rink wall for me to skate. I could not skate on my own. Oh, let me check what came in the chat, and we'll continue. Let's see. I I wake in the morning and my brain is already going and processing information from the day before. Well, a song is playing in the background. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. When I wake up in the morning, I'm groggy, okay? And I'm going to get back to what you said in a moment. I wake up in the morning and I am hit by a wave of anxiety. Now, I think it's called interoception. I don't have it in front of me. I don't. But it's where we can sometimes feel physical pain, we being those of us on the spectrum, um, more intensely, or from anxiety. And I've always in my life, I have this pain in my right above my stomach that goes down to a little bit above my belly button. And it's not medical or anything, but just a pain that I have. And I guess it's, when they talk about, do you have butterflies in your stomach or whatever, that I wake up with this anxiety. Now, my problem is at the end of the day, I cannot shut off my brain. I have hundreds of things going on through it, thinking about what I did that day, thinking what I'm going to do about tomorrow, all of this, processing all of it. And I have trying a few things to help with that. I have some relaxation music I play to go to sleep at night. And that does help some. I have a Spotify playlist that was created just for people who are on the spectrum. I'm going to see if I can get that list and send you a link. I can't play it here because that could be legal reasons. But let me see if I can find that link to that while we talk, and I'll put it into the chat. Uh, and so I do that. But what really helps me go to sleep at night is I have my AI device, my Amazon device, play city sounds. It's like the sounds that you hear in the streets of a city, and it plays all night, and it helps me sleep. Now, some people like rain, some like oceans, some like white noise. Whatever works, it helps, and I do that. I do that a lot to help me go to sleep and stay asleep during the night. And here we go. Let's see. I found it. Let me see if I can get the link. And hold on. I'm going to see if I can get the link here. I should have it saved somewhere. That would be so nice. Uh, anyway, wait a minute. Where's this? Share. Copy to, no. Copy link to playlist. Okay, there we go. I got the link. I'm going to put it into the chat here. Here's the link for that. But in the morning when I wake up and I'm having a lot of anxiety, I will listen to some of my relaxation music. Now, my alarm wakes me up to some music that I have from iHeartRadio, and that will wakes me up. But when I have that anxiety, I will go to one of my relaxation music lists, and that helps me. And maybe if this is something that's bothering you, you may want to find some kind of relaxation or some kind of grounding technique or self-regulation technique to help you with that in the morning to kind of clear your mind and get you set for the day. I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's a great way to start the day. Have your mind busy. Yeah. I'm one of these people. I want to get up. I want to get my day done, and not because I hate my day, but I want to, by the time the sun goes down, to be able to sit back in my recliner and have nothing else to do. And there's some people who like to put off work to the end of the day. I just want to get it done. Get in there, get it done, and then I can relax the rest of the day without anything hanging over my head that needs to be done. Now, as I wait for any other comments to come in, I'm going to check the time here. Not doing too bad. Okay, about 40 after the hour. My phone is that I usually have it here. It was down to like 40% charge, so it's on the charger. I don't have it tonight. So I got to look at other equipment here to tell me what time it is. Let's talk about the theme for next month. Okay, so March. Here we go. I wonder if the mic will pick this up. Hold on. Drum roll. Okay, here we go. March is going to be autistic identity and self discovery. So, in the month of March, let's explore what it means to embrace being autistic, late diagnosis journeys, and personal growth. And during the month of March, we're going to be talking a lot about sensory things, like understanding sensory processing, sensory friendly self care, sensory overhaul, creating a sensory friendly living space. And that's going to be really cool because starting the month of March, well, the first week, this weekend, I got to do some filing. Okay. But my wife and I, as long as we have the energy, because like I said, right now we're taking care of my mom some, we're going to start redoing this office, decluttering it, and making this a sensory friendly living space for me. And we're going to do a video about that. And I'm going to do a behind the scenes video and a whole bunch of stuff. So that's coming up. So these are some of the potential topics that are coming up next month. And the power of stimming. We may be talking about that and how that does help us with our identity in our autism. So these right now, most of the stuff I said is kind of brainstorming. It may be this, maybe a little bit different, but it's going to be revolving around self identity and self discovering, exploring what it means to embrace being autistic, late diagnosis journeys, and personal growth. So, not real sure what the videos are going to be. I wish I was a little bit more prepared, but like I said, we have some stuff going on around here. So, that's what we have planned for the month of March. March is a fun month. It is. The seasons change and all, and we got to get ready for another transition into tornado season here where I live. May is our peak tornado month. I live near Joplin, Missouri, and if you remember from 2001, there was a horrible EF5 tornado that ripped through Joplin. So we do take that thing seriously around here. So that's coming up. Also in March, so March is like severe weather preparation week is next week for us here. Excuse me. And then we do that time forward thing here. Excuse me. And most of America except Alaska, Hawaii, and Arizona primarily. And on we have Easter coming. So it's a busy time. It's a new time for new birth and new things to begin. You know, we made it through winter. We're going to be starting another season. It's going to be fun. So let me check the chat, see what came in here. And let's see. Luckily, I never heard a song in my head that I didn't like. It's like my private radio station. Billy Squire, In Excess, Journey. Oh, are you an 80s person? I gotta ask. I love the 80s. In fact, right now, my headphones, you can't hear it. I'm gonna turn it down a little. Because I think I'm screaming because the music's loud. I'm listening to I Heart the 80s right now. I love 80s music. My favorite is I love Huey Lewis and News. I love Phil Collins. Susudio was so super. And then I have a weird side. I have a side that's a little bit different, a little bit strange, but it makes me unique, and I'm proud of it. I am a fan of Weird Al Yankovic. Yes, I am a Weird Al Yankovic fan. So, big fan of his. Love his parodies. I think some of my favorites is Amish Paradise, the eBay parody he did. I don't know if you heard that or not, but my cat just meowed. He wants out of the office. I'll get him out in a moment. We're almost done. Don't worry, Junior. We'll be done in a moment. I love Weird Al Yankovic. I love that guy. Sheena Easton, Rod Stewart. Some guys have all the luck. I love that. Just trying to think of some other songs. Dan Hartman, I Can Dream About You. Oh, Corey Hart. Now, this is a song. Sunglasses at Night. Sunglasses that one of those songs I had to crank to the max. Oh yeah, I did that all the time. And probably why I have a little bit still a hearing problem, but it was well worth it. 80s music was great. 80s was when you get a Walkman that did not tell you this is too loud for you. So I guess maybe if there's a class action lawsuit, maybe I ought to get a few bucks from it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to check. We're going to go a couple more minutes, see if anything else comes in chat. Any questions you have, any comments, whatever. And then we're going to wrap it up for this week and for the month of February. I'll have more details about the month of March's theme and videos and all in my newsletter that will be going out Monday. To get if you're not subscribed to that already, you're going to want to and go to theconfidentautistic.com/free, and that's where you can get on that list and get a free gift, free PDF, 27-page PDF that will help you start to understand autism and start to develop your confidence and to be a confidently autistic. So I'm sorry, I got distracted. The cat's now banging on the door. So I think he's telling me I need to wrap up, which I will in a moment. We did have something else come in the chat. I will get to that. And speaking of subscribing, I do ask you and I invite you to subscribe to the channel. It's growing. It's slowly growing, but it's growing. Any growth is better than none, right? So yeah, please subscribe to the channel. Love to have you as a subscriber. And I hope this month has been a wonderful month for you. I hope March is going to be a great month. So I'm going to check the chat one last time here. I do enjoy the 80s. All those songs are great. I also enjoy music from many other genres. And thanks for the live stream. Well, you're very welcome for the live stream. Now, for me, and I really do mean that, for me, my wife says I have a very narrow box of what I like. I have a very narrow box. It has to be in the 80s. Okay. And now my wife has a bigger box. She likes lots of different genres. I am one of these people. I'm picky. I'm a picky eater. I'm a picky at music. I'm picky at everything. So that's basically me. I'm glad that you are open to a lot of other genres. That's just not me. But hey, we're all different. That's what makes this world an interesting place. So thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll be back next Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central Time for another The Confident Autistic live stream, which will be better planned and better organized and better ran than this one. Again, my apologies. We just had some things come up here at my house, but we're getting things settled, and I think things are going to run smoother for me. And as I go through this transition in our life, and that's going on, there's a lot of things going on in my life right now, but that's my problem, not yours. So thanks again for tuning in tonight. I truly do appreciate you joining me this evening, and I'm really hoping that you've had a great month of February, that you enjoyed this month theme of relationships and etc. That for those of us on the spectrum, I hope you found some value from the videos that I shared and some insights, and they will be up there for you to review and look at in the future. So they're there. Enjoy them, whatever. So and so next month we're going to have another theme. We're also going to be launching at the end of March. This is really advanced notice. A podcast. Yes. It's going to be a fun one. I'm going to tell you more about that throughout the month of March. So thank you again for joining us. I will have a video up tomorrow because I didn't get one up today, but it will come up tomorrow. So thank you very much for joining me, for being a part of this journey, for being a subscriber and supporter of this channel. It really does mean a lot to me. I truly appreciate it. And until next time that we meet, I am the Confident Autistic, aka Chris Mitchell, reminding you that you're an amazing, awesome person and that you are incredible. And I am always here to help you live confidently autistic. See you next time. it's going to work.